So it's time to take a trip way back in time to what probably was the first connected device I ever hooked up in my house. And that would be that little thing right there, the Nest thermostat. This video is the second in a series that is sponsored by Lowe's. Yes, that Lowe's, the home improvement store, the one that you go to a million times in the first month of owning your own home. If you're just buying a house, get ready, it's gonna happen. Now, you know how this works, right? They're sponsoring the videos, and that's great, love it. I get to say exactly what I want to say about all the things. So, let's do this. Here comes the Nest 3rd generation thermostat. Okay, let's do some basics. Now, this thermostat is not cheap. Let's just get that out of the way. It's $249 out of the box. It's also ridiculously cool, or hot, I guess, depending on the season you're using it. That was a dad joke. Now, Nest includes everything you need to install the thermostat right there in the box, and that includes a screwdriver, which is a really nice touch. I love that. Now, you're probably asking yourself, Phil, can I actually install a thermostat myself? And my answer is yes. I did it, you can do it. But here's the thing, it's not like I had to figure it out all by myself, okay? The Nest app that you'll have to load up walks you through everything, and the Nest website has instructions for everything. They're gonna walk you through step by step, including taking a picture of your existing wiring diagram and actually seeing if a Nest is gonna work in your house in the first place. Just be sure to take your time and read all the instructions a few times and it'll be okay. Now, if you still think you need some help, there's a service called Nest Pro where Nest will find somebody to come help you install it. Or you can just call your favorite local air conditioning company. They know how to do this by now. So what's it like to use? Well, first let's make one thing clear. I live here in Florida where it's either really, really hot or really, really cold. It's been really weird. But that also means I don't have things like radiators or baseboard set up. So again, you're gonna need to go through Nest's instructions on all that to see what works and what doesn't. So once you're up and running, you're gonna wanna do a few things. The first one is to actually just use the Nest, okay? Turn the dial, put the temperature where you want to be, and Nest will start learning your habits. It'll learn that maybe you like it a little cooler at night and you don't mind it being warmer during the day, or maybe you have to sleep with all the heat on. I don't know, it's totally up to you, right? But Nest is going to start figuring out the way that you like it and start adjusting things on its own a little bit. Another cool thing is that it adjusts all this for the outside temperature, so it knows if it's going to be super hot today or if it's going to be really cold. But otherwise, I really just kind of let the Nest do its thing, and I don't really fuss too much about where the exact temperature is. And here's why. You know, you can kind of be super lazy with the Nest. Half the time I need to change the temperature on it, I don't even get up. I can use the app on my phone. I can change it from a web browser. I can change it from the little menu dock at the top of my computer. I can change it with my voice via Amazon Alexa or Google Assistant. And even though Nest isn't technically compatible with Apple's HomeKit and Siri, there are some third-party things like If This Then That that'll let you do it. All right, so a few more cool things about the Nest thermostat. First are these temperature sensors. Now they're $39 a piece, and you can also get them from Lowe's, and here's why you want one. So the Nest thermostat actually kind of works like an old dumb thermostat in that it takes the temperature right here on the wall. But what if you have a room that struggles to stay warm enough in the winter or cool enough in the summer? Well, that's the problem I have back there in my daughter's bedrooms. So I put a temperature sensor back there, and that's what this Nest thermostat uses to actually adjust the temperature through the whole house. So that way those rooms aren't freezing in the winter or boiling in the summer. So number two, and this is probably my favorite thing, is that the Nest thermostat on the wall works in conjunction with the app on your phone, or if your spouse has one as well, and it can tell when somebody's in the house or when everybody's gone. And that means when you leave, it'll just automatically shut off. You can still set a minimum and maximum temperature so you won't freeze the dog while you're gone. But it also means that he's not just gonna be running full blast because you forgot to turn it off when you left. And that home and away thing will actually work with other Nest products if you get them later. But even just for the thermostat, it's great. And that's the part that really starts to save you money in the long run. Now, by the way, this big screen, well, it's doing a thing that it calls Farsight. And the way it works is it lights up even when you're not right next to it to let you see what the temperature is from across the room. I have mine set up to show the target temperature, so that's the temperature it's trying to hit. It can also just show a clock, or it can show the weather. Really cool feature, and I love being able to see it from across the room. And okay, here's the best part. It'll actually get better over time because Nest will update the software in the background. You don't have to do anything. That means you don't have to worry about manually installing new features or, more important, security updates. So that's it in a nutshell for the 3rd generation Nest thermostat. It's probably still my most used smart appliance here in my house, and especially in the summer here in Florida. You just have to do a little homework up front, okay? Go through the Nest website, make sure that you can actually use it in your house, and call for help if you need to. So that's it. Again, this one's been sponsored by Lowe's. Thanks to them for doing that. I've got links to them for all this stuff that you can buy down below in the description. If you got any more questions on the Nest, hit me up in the comments. I'll be sure to answer them. And that's it. See you next time.